Well, it's a rainy day here in Tennessee. We're supposed to get some bad weather here in a few hours. But kind of want to talk about something. I remember years and years ago, you can go on Marketplace, find what you need, and really not have any issues with it. Now, back in the day when I started using Marketplace to buy stuff, I knew what I was getting into when I bought them, especially on the 5.7 Hemis. You know, I'd buy them blown up, take the good parts out of them, store them on my rack. But I knew what I was getting into. Nope, here comes that rain. Well, over the years, it seems like Marketplace is not really a good place to go anymore. You get engines to be okay. You see it as a reasonable price, but then you hear the horror stories. It was not what I bought. And in this case, it finally hit home with me with Plan B. Now, originally we bought this setup because we were in a hurry to get the car to no names last year, which didn't happen, and paid $2,500 for the engine and the transmission. Supposed to have a stage 2 Texas speed cam in it, new timing chain, new oil pump, and stuff like that. And they even had a video supposedly of the car that was in and it was running. Had a nice chop to it. And so we pulled the plug and bought it. Well, many as of you all know, we ran into a problem with it. It spun a bearing, which, you know, we weren't really too thrilled about it. Brad wasn't thrilled about it. You know, we could have used that money to said, hell with it, saved up a little bit more and go ahead and do Plan A. So you saw the installation, or me installing the new crank and doing it without tearing the engine apart. Well, this is where things change. Now, I saw these problems on the engine when I took things apart, but I'd save it for later, and now it's later. So the heads have to come off. Once again, not really happy about it, because if you start adding it up, that $2,500 is now not really a good deal. So let's go over and take a look at what I'm talking about. Now, I do have the timing chain and everything back in it, oil pump, cover, all that's back in place. I don't have to worry about that for what I got to do. So let's look at it. So when I was taking the rocker arms off and everything else, all that looks nice and clean. The intakes look pretty clean. All right, no problem, but there is. If you look here at the bottom runner for the rockers, that one's cracked, that one's broke, that one's broke, that one's okay. And we have one that's stripped out, and you see a bunch of marks on here, and I just don't know where they came from. But this isn't good. The bottom section looks like it's from where everything was over torqued. And to say the least, I can't keep these on here. Now, the passenger side's a little better. It can be probably reused, but I don't know. So on this side, you got indentations here, 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 and here. Oh yeah, let's not forget down here too. On this side, the tops aren't bad. So my thing is, what did they do? Were they prying on something? I don't know. But the bad thing about the driver's side is you got two of them that are broke on the side. which one, you know, they're broke. At least it's not broke down to threads. But the main thing is, the main one that I'm really worried about is one that the oil comes up through. So if you look here, it's broke. Look down, so what's gonna happen is it's trying to oil the rockers and everything, it's just gonna bleed out. Like I said, that one's cracked. So now once again, kind of got screwed Marketplace. And it really sucks because, you know, there's guys out there looking for good deals, and there are some good guys out there that legitimately have something that runs at a good price. And in this case, we kind of got screwed on this. Now, the new Millings pump, yep, it's in there. New timing chain, yep, it's in there. Stage 2 Texas cam, took it out to verify it, yep. So that part was true. But this engine was so poorly put back together, and evidently they weren't thinking about torque specs or whatever else. Now it's to the point to where I got to pull those heads off and put another set on, which luckily I have another set. These are the ones that are going to be for plan A, but it looks like it's going to be used on plan B. So you see here, nothing's cracked. Everything looks good. Those heads are going to come off. I'm going to clean these up, and I might as well go ahead and put the new valve springs in, because like I said, these are technically going to be for plan A. And so I'm going to do that. I'm going to use the new push rods. That's for plan A. So kind of stiffen her up a little bit. So I've ordered new head gaskets, new head bolts. So they're supposed to be in sometime today. And I guess I just want to rename this Marketplace Disaster Hemi, because that's how I feel about it. Will we recover from this? Sure. You know, like I said, I'm going to use the heads for plan A, get those, go ahead and get them built, get the new comp springs in them. So that way there, and when we get ready to do the bottom end on plan A, all we got to do is swap the heads over, get the new cam in it. And plan B, either we'll keep it as a stock bottom end and maybe find some different heads to put on it. I don't know, resell it, see what happens. But yeah, very disappointed. So really do your homework. If somebody tells you engine it was running when it was pulled, kind of question it. Me personally, from now on, if someone says they got one running, I want to see it in the vehicle. I want to see it running. And this, man, guys, just be careful. That's all I can say. So with that being said, I just wanted to give you a little update. And like I said, we'll recover from it. The engine will be put back together with the right torque specs and get her dropped in. There's just another little hurdle we got to go over. And all you can do is move forward. So other than that, guys, you have a good one, a safe one, and we'll see you down the road.